Do you know where the tradition of New Year's resolutions comes from? It actually goes back a long, long time. About 4,000 years ago, to be exact, the ancient Babylonians made a big deal around their New Year. Now, for them, it wasn't in January. It was more in March when they planted their crops. They held a 12-day festival called Akitu, where they either appointed a new king or affirmed their loyalty to their existing king, and they made pledges to repay debts to people they had debts to, or return items that they had borrowed from friends and neighbors. And this is the earliest thing we know about that at least resembles a New Year's resolution. A few years later, our friends the Romans did something a little bit similar. In 46 BC, Julius Caesar decided that, you know what, guys, we should start our year in January. And he named the month January after Janus, the two-faced god. One face looking forward, the other face looking backward. A perfect symbol of reflection about what we've done in the past and what we were going to do in the future. And of course, the Romans decided that they would have something akin to New Year's resolutions too. And then more recently, in 1740, John Wesley, founder of the Methodist Church, he started what they would call evening New Covenant services or watch services, where either on New Year's Day or New Year's Eve, congregations would come together and think about what they hope to do in the year ahead. So you may be asking, what is all this talk about New Year's resolutions? We're not even close to the new year. But of course, as you know, here in about a month, a lot of people are going to start talking about resolutions. They're going to start talking about, thinking about ways they can increase their impact they're making on the world through the work they're doing or improve themselves. And I just wanted to offer to you a couple of ideas about resolutions. And because they're big ideas, we can't wait till New Year's Eve when everybody else is going to be talking about resolutions. We got to talk about them now. So we've got time, man. So first off, this may be the last time in this decade that you can think about not a New Year's resolution, but a new month resolution. So a lot of times people think in terms of just they have to make resolutions based on years, but you don't have to wait that long. You can make a new month resolution. So today, as I film this, is the first day of December. You can make a December resolution. What are you going to get done in the work you do this month? How are you going to improve your power to make impact this month? Now, it doesn't have to be as much as you might do in a year, and it's probably more than you could do in a day or a week. So think about what you could do this month. This could be very empowering. And of course, if you want to think about what you could do this week, you can go ahead and do that. You don't have to wait till years to create New Year's resolutions. You can create a new week resolution, which is super powerful, a new month resolution, which is super powerful. And of course, this is about the time you want to start thinking about your New Year's resolution. But of course, even more powerful than that, we're coming up on the end of 2019 as I film this, which means we're entering a new decade, which means you can come up with a new decade resolution. You know, it was Bill Gates who said that people often overestimate what they can get done in a year, but underestimate what they can get done in a decade. So this is your chance. What are you going to get done through the work you do in the next decade? What impact is your work going to have in the next decade? And if we take Bill, according to what he says, shoot high. Don't underestimate what you can get done in 10 years. 10 years is a long time. So what are you going to get done through your work in the next 10 years? I challenge you to pick something big, overestimate what you can do, and you might be right on the money. And you know what? Worst case, if you overestimate what you can get done and you only get half of that done, that still could be quite a bit if you aim high enough. So this is the time to start thinking about this stuff. Not only what are you going to get done in the next week, what are you going to get done in the next month, and what are you going to get done in the next year, but most importantly, what are you going to get done in the next 10 years through the work you do? And now's the time to start thinking about it. Planning out 10 years is going to take some time, at least a month, so start now. And if you do, I think it'll help you win at work, at least for the next 10 years. And then you can figure out what you're going to do after that.